Hare Krishna devotees. Let us chant one round of japa with Srila Prabhupada. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। श्रीमद् भगवद गीता एज इट इज की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to today's Srimad Bhagavatam for all session. Let us recite Bhagavad Gita shloka. We are reciting Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 13, text 26. If anyone needs to go first, please raise your hand. Okay, then we just go in order. Aditi Lata Mataji. Not ready. Inba. Not ready. Isha.
अन्यद्वेवम् अजानन्तः श्रुत्वा श्रुत्वान्येभ्य उपासते तेऽपि चातीतरन्त्येव मृत्युं श्रुतिपरायणाः.
Parayana.
Again, there are those who, although not conversant in spiritual knowledge, begin to worship the Supreme Person upon hearing about him from others. Because of their tendency to hear from authorities, they also transcend the path of birth and death.
Inba Inya.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
अन्ये एवम् अनन्तः श्रुत्वा अन्येभ्यः उपासते तेऽपि चातितरन्त्येव मृत्युं श्रुतिपरायणाः. Translation. Again, there are those who, although not conversant in spiritual knowledge, begin to worship the Supreme Person upon hearing about him from others. Because of the tendency to hear from authorities, they also transcend the path of birth and death.
Inya.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
अन्ये त्वेवम् अजानन्तः श्रुत्वा नेभ्यः उपासते तेऽपि चातितरन्त्येव मृत्युं श्रुतिपरायणाः. Again, there are those who, although not conversant in spiritual knowledge, begin to worship the Supreme Person upon hearing about him from others. Because of their tendencies, they also transcend the path of birth and death.
Mataji Prabhuji are there?
No, Mataji.
Madhava. Parayana. Yes. Krishna, Ashish and Rasapriya are there? Okay. I'll recite. Bhagavad Gita chapter 13 text 26. Anyetvevam ajanantaha shrutvanyeभ्यः parayana shrutvanyeभ्यः upasate tepi chati tarantyeva mrityum shruti parayanaha. Again, there are those who, although not conversant in spiritual knowledge, begin to worship the Supreme Person upon hearing about him from others. Because of their tendency to hear from authorities, they also transcend the path of birth and death. Yes, Rasapriya. Yeah. Yes. Okay, 1 second. Okay, so let us begin reading Srimad Bhagavatam. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canton.
Did you already finish the Bhagavad Gita?
Oh yeah, go ahead, Mataji. Yeah, we finished, but go ahead.
Thank you,
Yes,
Mataji.
Mataji. Sure.
My humble obeisances and praise to Shri.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
अन्ये त्व एवम् अजानन्ता श्रुत्वान्येभ्य उपासते तेऽपि चाति तरन्ति एव मृत्युं श्रुतिपरायणा. Again, there are those who, although not conversant in spiritual knowledge, begin to worship the Supreme Person upon hearing about Him from others. Because of their tendency to hear from authorities, they also transcend the path of birth and death. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, let's read Srimad Bhagavatam. We're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 24, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And we were reading about the appearance of Krishna. So this entire chapter, this is the last chapter of the 9th canto, not just this entire chapter. This entire canto is about the descendants of Vaivasvata Manu, the descendants of Vaivasvata Manu. So Vaivasvata Manu, why is called Vaivasvata? Because he's the son of Vivaswan. Vivaswan is the sun god. So Vaivasvata Manu's descendants are called the Sun dynasty. And but there's an overlap at one point. There is an overlap that within the Sun dynasty, the son of Vaivasvata Manu, the son of Vaivasvata Manu became a woman and married a descendant of the moon, Soma. So therefore, while reading about the descendants of Vaivasvata Manu, we also read about the descendants of moon. Vaivasvata Manu is coming from Vivaswan. So this is Sun dynasty. But in this only, we saw the moon dynasty. So this whole canto is about the descendants of the Sun dynasty, and the descendants coming in the Sun dynasty and moon dynasty. In the Sun dynasty, it culminated in Lord Ramchandra. Of course, we read about the kings that come after Lord Ramchandra also, but the highlight of Sun dynasty is the appearance of Lord Ramchandra, the Supreme Lord. So we read about Lord Ramchandra's pastimes. I wouldn't say extensively because that is the whole Ramayana, but in a nutshell, the Ramayana, the whole Ramayana is given in a nutshell. Then we started reading about the Moon dynasty, and we read about all the kings coming in the Moon dynasty, and we came up to Maharaj Yadu, and particularly the descendants of Maharaj Yadu, that whole dynasty. Even if anyone simply hears, he becomes delivered from all sinful activities. He is liberated simply by hearing about the Yadu dynasty. And in that, after reading about all the kings, not all the kings, the prominent kings, the names are given, we have come to the appearance of Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So the point is the Sun dynasty, the highlight of Sun dynasty, the culmination of Sun dynasty. When I say culmination, don't. Oh, sorry. I didn't post in the group. That's why I was wondering. Sorry. I'll do it. 1 second. Priyanka Mataji. Sorry, my fault. Yeah, because sometimes I'm delayed, so when I send it in the group, it's easier. You know exactly when it begins. I was going to send, but because I was running late, I just started with Japa and it just slipped my mind. My fault. Sorry about that. Okay. So the Sun dynasty culminates in Lord Ramchandra's pastimes, and the Moon dynasty culminates in Lord Krishna's pastimes. And when I say culminates in Lord Ramchandra's pastimes, it doesn't mean that after that we didn't read about the kings. We read about the kings who came after Lord Ramchandra and also the future kings. This is the conversation between Sukadev Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj. But after that, in future, after Sukadev Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj, this conversation, who are not yet born, who will be born in future, who are part of the Sun dynasty, they were also mentioned. And then finally, the last person that will come in this Kali Yuga. After that, there's a degradation, so no more. The Sun dynasty temporarily is halted. And then again, it will be picked up in the next Satya Yuga. So one person, he's still living in Sun dynasty, he's there in the village called Kalapagrama. So he will once again pick it up. He'll continue the dynasty in Satya Yuga, like that we read. Same with Moon dynasty also. So the last person will be mentioned. But still the highlight of Moon dynasty is Krishna. So when we came to the appearance of Krishna, there is description of why Krishna appears. And what is the... We discussed about all these other kings. Is Krishna's appearance also just like one of these other kings in the Moon dynasty? No, no, no. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. How did he, I mean, does he come the same way as all other people that come, that take birth in this material world? No. The others are forced, but he's not forced. There's no reason for his coming save and except his causeless mercy. Like that. So these verses are glorifying the appearance of Krishna. When we came to the point of Krishna's appearance, there are some verses that are emphasizing on the glory of Krishna's appearance. His appearance is not like anyone else's appearance, however great that person may be. So text 57, we read, O Maharaj Parikshit, but for the Lord's personal desire, there is no cause for his appearance, disappearance, or activities. There is no cause that affects him, not even the results of fruitive activities. Then why he comes? What is? There's no cause for him. There's no cause. Then why he is coming? It is said the cause is except for his personal desire, and we saw that personal desire is his compassion. What is that compassion? We saw to deliver the living entity by his compassion and stop that living entity's birth, death, duration of materialistic existence. And there we saw how this creation is actually an opportunity for the conditioned souls to get out of this vicious cycle of birth, death, old age, and disease, the struggle for existence, which is not actually real for the living entity. This is not his natural position. It is artificially imposed upon the living entity by the material nature. Why? Because of his turning away from his from Krishna consciousness. Because of his turning away from the Supreme Lord, therefore he is put in this condition. Then how to come back? So the Lord, out of his causeless mercy, so we saw that verse, Mamaivamsa Jiva Loke, Jiva Bhuta Sanatana, they are actually my parts and parcels. That means Krishna is always blissful. So Satchidananda, the living entities being his parts and parcels, they are also always blissful, supposed to be. But now they are struggling. Mana Shashtan Indriyani, Prakriti Sthani Karshati, they're struggling. This is an artificial situation for them. They're struggling here. So the Lord, out of his causeless mercy, wants to release them from this condition. So he's leaving behind scriptures, the Vedic injunctions, Vedic scriptures, and he leaves, when the Lord appears, he leaves Bhagavad Gita for the deliverance of all conditioned souls. But still, those who are Anyway, so we discussed all that at length the other day. Who's able to take, one who surrenders to the Lord is the one who can actually understand the purpose of this creation and is able to uh, take to devotional service. Only one who surrenders. And one who surrenders and performs devotional service, he is the one who's able to transcend. Otherwise, it's not possible. And surrendering to Krishna means putting oneself under the guidance of a devotee, a pure devotee of Krishna who's coming in the disciplic succession. So, like that, we saw that. So, but here, why the Lord appears then? The Lord appears out of his causeless mercy. He's appearing out of his compassion for the living entities. Now, the next verse. Text 59. Aditi Lata Mataji read yesterday. No, Inba has to read. Yeah. Inba read also. Actually, I think Jayashree Mataji has to read. Mataji is there? If not, Isha.
No,
Okay, Isha. अक्षौहिणीनां पतिभिर् असुरैर् नृपलाञ्छनैः भुव आक्रम्यमाणाय अभाराय कृतोद्यमः. Yeah.
Although the demons who take possession of the government are dressed like men of government, they do not know the duty of the government. Consequently, by the arrangement of God, such demons who possess great military strength fight with one another, and thus the great burden of demons on the surface of the earth is reduced. The demons increase their military power by the will of the Supreme, so that their numbers will be diminished, and the devotees will have a chance to advance in Krishna consciousness.
Purport. Krishna Shish. We'll change the format from today. He's not here? Krishna Shish is here? Your turn, purport. It's a big purport. You'll have to stand for a while.
We can't hear anything, Mataji.
No, you're not muted, but you have to come close to the device.
As stated in Bhagavad Gita 4.8, Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkitam. The sadhus, the devotees of the Lord, are always eager to advance the cause of Krishna consciousness, so that the conditioned souls may be released from the bondage of birth and death. But the asuras, the demons, impede the advancement of the Krishna consciousness movement, and therefore Krishna arranges occasional fights between different asuras who are very much interested in increasing their military power. The duty of the government or king is not to increase military power unnecessarily. The real duty of the government is to see that the people of the state advance the Krishna consciousness. For this purpose, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 4.13, Chatur Varnyam Maya Srishtam Guna Karma Vibhagasha. According to the three modes of material nature and the work ascribed to them, the four divisions of human society were created by me. There should be an ideal class of men who are bona fide Brahmanas, and they should be given all protection. Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha. Krishna is very fond of Brahmanas and cows. The Brahmanas prom- promulgate the cause of advancement in Krishna consciousness, and the cows give enough milk to maintain the body in the mode of goodness. The Kshatriyas and the government should be advised by the Brahmanas. Next, the Vaishyas should produce enough foodstuffs, and the Shudras, who cannot do anything beneficial on their own, should serve the three higher classes, the Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, and Vaishyas. This is the arrangement of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, so that the conditioned souls will be released from the material condition and return home back to Godhead. This is the purpose of Krishna's descent on the surface of the earth. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam.
Madhava can read the next one. Madhava, you'll read the next paragraph. No?
Everyone must understand Christmas activities and not announce them individually. Before understand the purpose of Christmas coming
Please
to
read thoda slowly. Give some gap between words.
if one understands the purpose of Christmas coming to this earth and performing its activities, one is immediately liberated. This liberation is the purpose of the creation.
No, you didn't change your pace. Please. Words के बीच में gap दो. This liberation is the purpose. Even if you're slow, no problem.
This liberation is the purpose of the creation, and Krishna's descent upon the surface of the earth. Demons are very much interested in advancing a plan by which people will labor hard like cats, dogs, and hogs. But Krishna's devotees want to teach Krishna consciousness so that people will be satisfied with plain living, and Krishna conscious advancement. Although demons have created many plans for industry and hard labor, so people will work day and night like animals. This is not the
Again, you're
purpose of
becoming fast. Please slow down. Although demons have created many plans,
for industry
continue.
and hard labor, so that people will work day and night like animals. This is not the purpose of civilization.
Such endeavors.
Such endeavors are
Jagato hitaha.
that is, they are meant for the misfortune of the people in general.
Yeah.
Such activities lead to annihilation. One who understands the purpose of Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, should seriously understand the importance of the Krishna consciousness movement and seriously take part in it.
And seriously take part in it. Okay.
One should not endeavor for upakarma or unnecessary work for sense gratification.
नूनं प्रमत्तः कुरुते विकर्म यदिन्द्रिय प्रीतया आपृणोति भागवतम 5:5-4.
Simply for sense gratification, people make plans for material happiness. Maya Sukhaya Param Udvahato Vimudhan. Bhagavata 7.9.
Bhagavatam.
Bhagavatam 7.9.23. They do this because they are all Vimudhas, rascals. For flickering happiness, people
For
waste their-
flickering happiness,
For flickering happiness, people waste their human energy, not understanding the importance of Krishna consciousness movement, but instead accusing the simple devotees of brainwashing. Demons may falsely accuse the preachers of Krishna consciousness movement. But Krishna will arrange a fight between the demons, and with all their military power will be engaged, and both parties of demons will be annihilated.
yes. So the context here is that we saw why Krishna appears. Although the demons who take possession of the... So before giving the external reason, the real reason is mentioned for Krishna's appearance. What is the real reason? I just told you before we read this verse. The real reason for Krishna's appearance is, first of all, he's not under anyone's rule. He's completely independent. He comes out of his own sweet will. And when he comes out of compassion. He comes out of compassion for the living entities. And he performs his pastimes. Okay. Then what else did we say? When he is here, what happens? Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bharata abhyuthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham. Krishna says, right? When there is a rise of irreligion, he's coming here. Okay. And then he's coming out of his compassion. But externally, what is the reason that is said here? Externally, it appears just like you see for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance. We see there are internal reasons and there are external reasons. Yes, internal reason is his personal reason. What is his personal reason? He comes because because Krishna wants to, confidential. These are confidential reasons. It's not known to everyone. So the confidential reason for Krishna's appearance is, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance is, he wants to understand, Krishna wants to understand Srimati Radharani's love for him. Understand means he doesn't know how much love she has for Krishna. That he wants to experience himself. What does it feel like to love Krishna? Because he's Krishna, he doesn't know. So he wants to know, what does it feel like being a lover of Krishna? And in that also the highest, the best, topmost lover of Krishna. So like that, there are confidential reasons. And then there's external reasons. What is the external reason of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's? What we see in this world? He started the Sankirtan movement. So you can say the Lord has come to start the Sankirtan movement. So is it wrong if we say he has come to start the Sankirtan movement? And why the Sankirtan movement? The Sankirtan movement is to deliver all the suffering souls, of course. We are all, yesterday at length, I discussed, the position of the living entities staying in Karanarnavashai Vishnu's body. They'll be there and then they come here and they perform materialistic activities. And after the entire creation, just going through different bodies, sometimes going up, sometimes coming down to higher planets, lower planets. I heard in a lecture that it's like monkeys jumping from one branch to another, like that. The living entity is going to different branches or different bodies, like that. That's his position. So, but when they take to the Sankirtan movement, especially in Kali Yuga, actually in any yuga, the only purpose is to take to the path, transcendental path that will deliver him from this cycle of birth and death. That's the purpose. So at different times, according to that time, different methods are given. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to give us the Sankirtan movement so that all these suffering souls will be delivered. If that statement is made, is it a wrong statement? No, it's not wrong statement. It's true. That's the external reason. He has come because Advaita Acharya was calling for him. Is that a wrong statement? No, it's a true statement. But this is the beauty of Krishna, that when he does something, so many things are accomplished simultaneously. His internal reasons are also fulfilled. And the external reasons are also fulfilled. Like I told you, when the chief minister or the prime minister comes to a particular village, he comes, it looks like he comes for a certain reason, and other things are also taken care of, like that. So now what is the external reason for Krishna's appearance? Internal reason we discussed already. He's coming out of his sweet will, and he's coming he performs pastimes. He comes for his devotees. That verse, Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam, I told you, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary. He's coming simply for his devotees. There's no other purpose. That's the internal reason. But while he comes for that, other things are also taken care of. So externally, he creates a situation when he comes. He creates a situation. So following this thread, that Sukadeva Goswami is explaining here, that the Lord appears out of his. Let's look at the translations quickly. This is 59. So before this. So whenever this is yada yadahi dharmasya, that verse. Whenever there is a deterioration of religious principles, rise of religion, the Lord appears. Okay, that's Bhagavad Gita verse. The Lord comes when there is a decline of religious practices. That's also actually external reason. This one. But what is the real, except for his personal desire, there's no cause for his appearance. He's not under. This is the internal reason. He's not, there's no cause, there's no one controlling him, or he comes for his pastimes. Okay. Then his compassion. What is the important factor here for his appearance is his compassion on the living entities. He enables the living entities to go back home, back to Godhead by his appearance. That's his love, that's his compassion. How does he do it? How does he enable this? How does he make it happen? Because there has to be some cause for his. All right, it is said that there is a adharma. Adharma is increasing. What do you mean by adharma is increasing? Right? Actually, it's the same thing. When you say yada yada hi dharmasya glani means dharma is declining. Adharma bhi bhavat Krishna. Abhyuthanam adharmasya. Abhyuthanam adharmasya. And adharma is increasing. Then I come, Krishna said. So adharma is increasing means what? Means the demons take possession, means this verse. Although the demons who take possession of the government are dressed like men of government, they do not know the duty of the government. Consequently, by the arrangement of God, such demons who possess great military strength fight with one another. And thus the great burden of demons on the surface of the earth is reduced. Okay. Although the demons who take possession of the government are dressed like men of government. So this is like Kali. Remember that when Kali appeared, he actually was dressed like a king, a black man who was dressed like a king. That is the situation. People take power, they become leaders and rulers, but actually they're demons. Why demons? What is the difference between devotee and demon? You remember? Daiva. What is that verse? You remember? Who is a devotee? Vishnu Bhakta Bhaved Daiva. Daiva means devotee. One who is a devotee of the Lord is a Daiva. Asuras Tad Viparyaya. Demon means one who is not a devotee. That's all. Simple. One who is not obedient to the Lord, he is a demon. So when the rulers are all demons, they are godless, in other words. When the rulers are godless and when their population increases, they are increasing their military powers, and then they fight with each other. And who's suffering in this? The people, common men. They are suffering. Why they are suffering? They are suffering because of godlessness. That's the greatest suffering. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, no, it's fine now. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said there's only one problem in this world. This was at the time when India was subjugated by the British, and there was a struggle for freedom. At that time, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, there is only one problem in society. The problem is lack of Krishna consciousness. And people came up with so many arguments. No, first you have to, have your freedom so that you're free to practice your Krishna consciousness. Let us solve that first, and then we can know. Krishna consciousness is so important that it cannot wait for any political situation to be improved or anything. It's so urgent. It has to be taken up now, regardless of your external situation. Whether you're poor or rich or you have job or no job, it does not matter. Krishna consciousness is an urgent business. It has to be taken up now. That means understand how much the living entity needs it. It is his constitutional position. It's like water for fish. It's like water. Krishna consciousness is like water for fish. If you're out of water, if the fish is out of water, then that means death. That means suffering. That means suffering. And after suffering, eventually death. That's what it means. So no Krishna consciousness means suffering. It's like fish out of water. It means suffering. And that is the condition of all the living entities in the material existence. They are like fish out of water. And the sad part is they are suffering, but they don't know why they are suffering. They just get being, carried away this way, that way, being kicked left and right. But the devotees who understand the solution, they have to, and they do. That's also said in the purport. We read already. Sadhus, what do sadhus do? They see, they have the solution. They understand that this is the only solution. Of course, they are saved because they have the water. They are like the fish who is in water. But the nature of a sadhu is his love. When his love for Krishna increases, that love transforms, that love turns into compassion for the suffering souls. He cannot just sit and practice his Krishna consciousness and let the rest of the world go to hell. He cannot do that. He cannot do that. The only suffering of a devotee is to see the suffering of the conditioned souls. So he has to act on it. He has to do something about it. Even if it means his own death, his own destruction, it's okay. But he has to do something. He cannot just sit like that. He cannot means he won't be able to. If he's a devotee, he won't be able to sit peacefully seeing everyone else go to hell. And if he's fine with that, with simply practicing his own Krishna consciousness and not being concerned about others, that means he's a neophyte. He's a neophyte. But when one is advanced in devotional service, he cannot just sit and do his puja at home and his chanting at home and be satisfied. He cannot do that. So this is the compassion of a sadhu. Such sadhus, they are traveling. Again and again we hear in Srimad Bhagavatam. They are traveling the earth, awakening people to Krishna consciousness. Wake up to Krishna consciousness. This is your only saving grace. This will save you. Otherwise, you have been suffering since time immemorial and your suffering will continue like this. Sadhu is waking them up. But this is history, and history repeats itself. Sadhus are always persecuted, always. Materialistic people don't like sadhus preaching because they think this is an impediment, it is an obstacle to their sense gratification. They don't go well together. Sense gratification, like Rama and Kama. This may be some person must have made it up, but it works for us. Rama is Krishna, right? So Rama and Kama. Kama means lust or sense gratification. They cannot go together. They cannot go together. So one who is averse to Rama means he is under the control, under the grip of Kama. That's what it means. So they give a hard time, like Hiranyakashipu. They give a difficult time to the sadhus. They persecute them. They stop their preaching activities. They blame them of brainwashing people, that we are not being practical, that the devotees are parasites. They don't work, they don't get a job, they simply beg. It is the people who are working outside, working hard. They are the real heroes because they work hard and they donate and they run the temples. And these sadhus are simply sitting there and eating what is being donated by these hard-working people. They're just lazy like this. Of course, if staying in the temple, if we are not seriously practicing Krishna consciousness, then that may be true. That may be true. But that does not mean, okay, so let us all just go and work because that is better. That is also not the solution. What does Srila Prabhupada say? The society must have Brahmanas also. Brahmanas means those who dedicate their life to studying the scripture and preaching this, teaching this to others. Brahmanas are like the head that gives direction to the rest of the body. It may seem like, oh, they're simply sitting and they don't work. We are the ones who are working so hard. But without that guidance of the head, the body will become handicapped, right? If your brain is damaged, the body is handicapped. So head is also required, very much required. But that does not mean you need only the head, you don't need others. Everyone is required. But who will tell this? All this is there in the scriptures. The Brahmanas they will tell, they will guide. But if these demons are persecuting the devotees and the Brahmanas, that is actually a suffering condition for the whole society. So, what does Krishna do? For Krishna to come, पाप का घड़ा भरना चाहिए, in Hindi they say, right? There should be sufficient, quantity, because just one demon, just for one demon, the Lord has to appear. No, let all the demons come together, let their military forces increase, and then the Lord comes and with one shot just clear everything. Now start fresh. That was the battle of Kurukshetra. That was the battle of Kurukshetra. And even before that also, Jarasandh. So many were there. Shishupal, Jarasandh, Dantavakra. Like this, there were many, many demons. The Lord arranged for it. Arranged for it means now they have their own karma and they have that type of desire. The Lord arranged for all of them to appear at the same time on this earth. And that gives a reason, at least external reason. Oh, now the Lord has to come. And he comes. It is seen always. The Lord descends when there is a great need. When there is a great need. You see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance. What was the situation? What was the situation when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared? The situation was everyone was completely materialistic. They were doing very well materially, very wealthy, and lot of opulence, worshipping demigods and demigoddesses, very puffed up, even Brahmanas, very puffed up, but not devotees. They were not devotees. It was all, the goal was sense gratification. So, to awaken Krishna consciousness in such a materialistic society, then the Lord descended. External reason. Similarly, for Krishna to appear, what was the condition that is said here? What is the appearance? So when the Lord comes, he comes to Paritranaya Sadhunam, right? These devotees, sadhus who are preaching, who are practicing, they are being persecuted by these demons, and the number of demons is increased. Then the Lord descends. And he kills all these demons wholesale. And then he gives the sadhus once again a chance to practice Krishna consciousness and reach Krishna consciousness. So once again, I'll just go over the purport to see if all points are covered. This was text 59. The translation is, although the demons who take possession of the government are dressed like men of government, they do not know the duty of the government. What is the duty of the government? There's only one duty. All leaders, there's only one duty of all leaders. Whether you are the father, whether you are the mother, whether you are a guru, whether you are a king, whether you are a president or a mayor or any type of leader, there's only one duty. Rishabdev says. Leader means what? Leader means you have some people under you. That's what it is. Whether you're a team lead or whoever you are, in a corporate, wherever you are. When you're a leader and when you have some people under you, you have only one duty. What is that? Those who are dependent on you, those who are following you, you have to train them, educate them in such a way that they don't have to take another birth in this material world. That's all. This is the duty of all leaders. Kings also, obviously. So here they are kings. What is it said here? The kings. All the demons who take possession of the government. What did we say about demons? Asura means they are not devotees. And if you're a leader means leader is supposed to be a devotee himself, and that's not all. He has to train his followers also to become devotees. That is the only duty of the leaders. And whatever else they do, providing materially and all that, that is all with this as the goal. The goal is to bring them all to Krishna consciousness. Although the demons who take possession of the government are dressed like men of government, they do not know the duty of the government. And then what do when they don't know the duty of government? They'll do all type of nonsense, increase military power, so on and so forth. Consequently, by the arrangement of God, such demons who possess great military strength fight with one another. So sometimes what the Lord does is, He will arrange for them to fight with one another and finish each other. Like the battle of Kurukshetra. It's not that, all powerful kings were killed on both sides. On the Pandava side, we had Drupada Maharaj. He also had a big military power. All kings were killed on both sides. The Yadus were killed. What to speak of anyone else? The Yadus are the immediate family of Krishna. They were also finished. Why? Because there's a big military power. They were a very powerful military power. Nobody would be able to annihilate them if they were like the superpower. Okay? The Yadus, after the battle of Kurukshetra, the Yadus were the superpower. Nobody would have been able to destroy, annihilate them. So such military power is not required. Whenever it is required temporarily, right? So the Lord removes it. There's no need. There's no need. That power is required when there is an enemy. When there is an enemy, that power is required. But when there is no enemy, you don't need to maintain such big army. That's not the purpose of human life. So the Lord arranges for these people to fight with each other and finish each other. Exactly what happened with the Yadus also. By the arrangement of God, such demons, of course the Yadus are not demons, but they had military powers. So now we are talking about the demoniac kings. By arrangement of God, such demons who possess great military strength fight with one another, and thus the great burden of demons on the surface of the earth is reduced. Yeah, they fight with each other and the burden is reduced. The demons, what is the symptom of the demons? One of the symptoms, they increase their military power. But they increase their military power by the will of the Supreme so that their numbers will be diminished and the devotees will have a chance to advance in Krishna consciousness. That means by Krishna's will at that particular time, when Krishna was supposed to come, at that time, Krishna arranged for all these demons to increase their military power. They got such inspiration from within, right? Just like nowadays countries try to build their nuclear powers, isn't it? So they will have supremacy in case there's a war. By Krishna's arrangement at that time, all these demoniac kings increased their military power. That's what he said. And why? Why Krishna arranged for that? So that after increasing, they'll fight with each other and they'll be finished. And then the devotees, with all these demons gone, now the devotees will have a chance to practice their Krishna consciousness peacefully. Yes, so we discussed this point. The sadhus are always eager to advance the cause of Krishna consciousness, so that these conditioned souls are released from the bondage of birth and death. But the asuras, the demons, impede the advancement of Krishna consciousness movement. So Krishna arranges occasional fights between different asuras who are very much interested in increasing their military power. The duty of government or king is not to increase military power unnecessarily. The real duty is to see that the people of the state advance in Krishna consciousness. For this purpose, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Chaturvarnim. Now, how can they advance in Krishna consciousness? There is a plan. Krishna said Krishna's plan is Varnashram system. According to your nature, right? There is work prescribed. And based on the work that they do, and that work is based on their nature, there are four types, four divisions in human society, social orders. Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. That means Brahmanas are also needed. Kshatriyas are needed. Brahmanas are also needed. Vaishyas are needed to produce food, like that. So each one has his duty. But who's going to guide them? The Brahmanas. Cannot do without Brahmanas. Right? So Krishna is the well-wisher of Brahmanas. Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha. Because it is the Brahmanas who are leading the society towards Krishna consciousness. So Krishna is very fond of Brahmanas and cows. That's the Lord's arrangement. And when these Brahmanas are persecuted, then he will come. Paritranaya sadhunam. So if Janma Karma Chame Divyam Evam Yo Vetti Tattvataha, one who understands these points, why Krishna comes. In truth, when one understands Krishna's appearance, the nature of his appearance, what is the result? Is immediately liberated. That's why we are discussing so much about Krishna's appearance. Because if you understand his appearance in truth, you are liberated. Simply by this discussion, you will become liberated. Discussion means you have to be convinced, conviction. Of course, conviction comes after you hear. So first Shravanam, you hear, right? This liberation is the purpose of the creation. So Krishna comes. When Krishna comes, why he comes? Right? Why he comes? That is being discussed. And if you understand the nature of Krishna's appearance, the nature of Krishna's activities, even though they look like activities of a very beautiful child in this world, but actually his activities are transcendental. They are not material. There, Krishna has a girlfriend and someone else has a girlfriend. It may seem the same. No, Krishna is marrying, someone else is marrying. It's not the same. They are divyam. If you understand this, you are liberated. So now you tell me, what is the purpose of Krishna's descent? He performs these pastimes, and then we discuss about his pastimes. And by that, so you may say, but the pastimes are already there in the books, Mataji. Why he has to come and perform? Because we already discussed that Krishna's pastimes, it's not that after he comes, then the books are written. Is that how it is? No. They are eternal. His pastimes are eternal. His pastimes are always there. His devotees know about his pastimes. Just like we know Kalki's activities now. Kalki has not appeared. We are already talking about Kalki's activities. Similarly, Krishna's activities also, his devotees always know. They have Bhagavatam. They understand what type of activities Krishna does. He lifts Govardhan hill, kills this demon, everything. Devotees know. Then what is the need for him to actually come and perform the activities? Simply to please his devotees. And well, there's several reasons again. There's several reasons. One is his pleasure. For his pastimes he performs, but also his devotees, mainly his devotees who are here in this world, to please them, to satisfy them, and also to leave them behind for all of us. Because those who don't have faith, if you say in the books, they say, oh, after Krishna comes and performs pastimes, still people argue, oh, that is just mythology, that is just made up story. This is history. Just see the authenticity of Srimad Bhagavatam. You have the names of all the people, the dynasties, going back to Satyayuga. Before that, at least from Satyayuga. We are why Satya Yuga? We are talking from the beginning of creation. Lord Brahma, then Swayambhuva Manu, then his son, his son, his son. We are talking about all the Manvantaras in one Kalpa. We are talking. How authentic is this? Only an ignorant person will say, oh, this is mythology. It's not mythology. Look at the 9th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. You can talk about the person who is here today in front of you, and we'll give you the names of all his ancestors going back to the beginning of creation. Who is able to do that? Which scripture is able to do that? This is not mythology. This is completely authentic. Sometimes you may feel, what is the reason? What is the purpose of all these names? My God, so many names. You may think this is the reason to show you. Of course, for devotees, you don't need any proof. Devotees don't need any proof. But non-devotees, those are not, that is his compassion, the Lord's compassion. Those who are not devotees, how to bring them to Krishna consciousness. And also this will help his devotees in their preaching. When Krishna comes and performs his pastimes, and he leaves behind his Bhagavatam, his Bhagavad Gita, of course for their own relishment, but also when they preach, it helps them, isn't it? Krishna actually appeared 5,000 years ago. These are the words spoken by Krishna. This is Bhagavad Gita. He appeared in this place. This is the address, his father and mother. This is the actual place. It's there even today. Those who are not devotees, when they see, oh, this is authentic, now they get faith and they take Krishna consciousness. That's also a reason why the Lord appears. Out of his compassion. Those who have not yet taken to devotional service. And also to prove whatever the sages have given in the books. To prove that this is not just stories, it's actually real. He comes and he performs the pastimes. He appears. So there's so many, reasons behind the Lord's appearance. And one who understands the in truth, the Lord's activities, his appearance. If you simply understand this, you're delivered. Just this discussion we are having today about the Lord's appearance. By hearing this discussion, you're delivered. By speaking this discussion, I will be delivered. That's the power. That's why he comes. That's why he comes. To deliver all of us. This liberation is the purpose of the creation. Number one, the creation, the purpose of creation is this only. So that all these souls who are forgetful of the Lord will once again remember the Lord. And this is the purpose of the Lord's descent. He comes for this purpose, to help us become Krishna conscious. This is to help those who are devotees, or those who can become, those who can take to devotional service. Whereas the demons, they are very much interested in advancing a plan by which people will labor exactly today, right? Simply for your, I'll just read this sentence. Demons are very much interested in advancing a plan by which people will labor hard like cats, dogs, and hogs. But Krishna's devotees want to teach Krishna consciousness so that people will be satisfied with plain living and Krishna conscious advancement. Again and again, Srila Prabhupada says this. How can a devotee just close his eyes and say, oh, this is not practical in Kali Yuga. This is demoniac. Whatever is going on in society today, it's demoniac. It's a fact. All the jobs that we have, and we are made to work so hard. Okay, the job starts at 9 to 5, but you start running from 6 in the morning. Sending children to school, and then for that, the bus will come, get them ready, and then, their clothes and their this and that. And the most valuable human form of life, the time that you have in this human form of life, is sucked up by these demons. You hardly have any time to sit and chant Hare Krishna, to meditate on Krishna. This is the plan of the demons, to make you work like beasts of burden. And the devotees are saying, no, You don't need, or what do you get at the end of the life? With this type of lifestyle, you'll have to show people you have a nice home and you have a big label, title behind you. I'm so and so. You're still eating same little bit of rice, 2, 3 chapatis. That's all. For that, you have to work so hard. Shastra says there's no need. You don't have to work so hard. Save your time for Krishna consciousness. Simplify your lifestyle. But what is the direction in which the society is going? And we are being guided like that. I'm not pointing out at any one person. Please don't think like that. This is how these demons who are controlling our lives, this is how they're guiding us. Work, 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 work. And they're showing you, the mirage that you're going to get, this and that. All your time is sucked up. That's what Srila Prabhupada is saying in the purport. Demons are very much interested in advancing a plan by which people will labor. They will labor hard. Like cats, dogs, and hogs. I don't know. Cats, dogs, and hogs also labor, maybe. I don't know. But generally, we think of the donkey as the beast of burden that works so hard. But they labor hard. Well, for their food, right? If they don't have a master in America, the reason I cannot relate to this example because in America they are kept nicely, right? Cats and dogs, so it's hard to imagine. But in India, you don't keep dogs and cats as pets, at least not in the Vedic society. They are on the streets. That means they don't have a master. There's no guarantee when you'll get food, where you have to get food. Cats steal. I've seen, you must have also seen, they go into, hiding through windows. They go into the kitchen, drink up milk or get some, and then go and hide with the fear of being beaten if they're caught. They have to work hard to get their little food and find a spot where they can, give birth to their little babies. Again, with the fear that somebody may come and throw them out or something. Dogs also same thing. They don't have a home, just on the street. If it rains, just run here and there, look for shelter. Other dogs are coming. Yeah, you have to work so hard. Pigs. Hogs means pigs. What is their life? People kill and eat them also. Must have seen. So it's not easy. And these demons want us to work hard like cats, dogs, and hogs. For what? And we are born as human beings. Human beings have dharma, but they're turning us into animals. Work hard like dogs, hogs, cats. Whereas the Krishna devotees want to teach people about Krishna consciousness so that people will be satisfied with plain living and Krishna conscious advancement. Although demons have created many plans for industry and hard labor, it may sound like, oh, you, another thing that, and it is to some extent it's true. I'm challenged that, oh, you talk all this philosophy about simple life. Where is your income coming from? How are you sustaining? That's one challenge that I face. Because I talk philosophy, then I'm challenged, where is your husband working? And from his money, you're being maintained. So after all, you're being maintained by this modern, system. Still you talk against it. But philosophy has to be spoken, and also, like Srila Prabhupada traveled in airplanes. What did Srila Prabhupada say? Srila Prabhupada said that we are using it in Krishna's service. But it doesn't mean we depend on this, that unless it is there, we cannot practice Krishna consciousness. That is not the thing. You understand the difference. Right now, because I don't have any other option, And I cannot stop my Krishna conscious activities because of making material adjustments. Exactly what Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said. Under all circumstances, Krishna conscious activities must not stop. So if I'm able to preach Krishna consciousness with through this internet, if I'm able to associate with other devotees, keep myself and keep others afloat, right? Save ourselves from drowning in this material energy, somehow or other, come together so that we can discuss some Bhagavatam every day. And to do that, I'm using this facility now. But that does not mean when this internet is gone, the days are coming, that will happen. That means I'll stop chanting, I will stop Bhagavatam discussion. No, I will do it on a different platform. That activity will not stop. Before this Zoom and everything, I was doing it before on a smaller scale. My children, I would sit with them together, and every day we would read Bhagavatam. With them, I would do it. And then this Zoom thing came up. Oh, okay, why just my children? Others' children also? And then with other children, why just children? Adults also? So, as Krishna gives, we are using. But it's not that when this facility is not there, oh, first let me get that facility. We are dependent on this system. Otherwise, we cannot practice Krishna consciousness. That is not there. Or at least that should not be there. That's my answer to that challenge. Yes, uh, I'm not. I'm not living the Vedic lifestyle, living off of farm, living off of cows. Taking care of cows with cow protection and farming, and or just the simple Vedic lifestyle of Brahmanas' duties, Kshatriyas' duties, Vaishyas, Shudras. That is ideal. That is ideal to do that. And I'm hoping, I'm praying that that situation will come. But meanwhile, while that has not happened, and it is not within my capacity to do that, uh, I'm living with what there is, and trying to use that in Krishna service as best as possible. And I'm not boasting about it at all. Yes, I'm also a victim of this system. But still, truth has to be spoken. Just because I am surviving using these things, I should not now start glorifying this system. That because of this system only I am surviving. I cannot say that. I cannot say that. Mataji, Aditi Latama.
Mataji, in Kali Yuga, it is difficult, right? We are even the societies which, like in Bombay and all, which they have started. I heard, although I have not seen and experienced how it is. um, how many people can go and live there, right? The whole population cannot go and live there, and it's
Yeah.
not physically not possible, Mataji. I mean, if someone tells me to do farming now, I just the thought of it will give me heart attack. So it's not physically also we are not capable, mentally, physically, situation wise. And now, because of the Kali Yuga, Mataji, I mean, our health is has deteriorated, everything. So it's not feasible. It is not even feasible, you know. So at least one person, I understand the simplicity what you are saying, what Prabhupada is saying. We have to make our life as simple as possible. So at least one family member have to sacrifice that way. And that's why this system is here, that we share our bhakti, we share our whatever we are trying to do. Husband is sharing the karma of what wife is doing, wife is also sharing husband's bhakti. So that is what is the savior, I think, because one person at least if can be devoting fully, although I am not in my family, because we are both working. But situation is such, Mataji, the expenses are such that everything is so difficult. It's not luxury. It's not that I'm buying a BMW and that's why I'm working, but it's just to maintain, it takes so much. It just sucks the blood out, as you were saying. It is so true, but it's so difficult to find a solution to this, Mataji.
That's what is being said here. Demons are very much interested in advancing a plan by which people will labor hard like cats, dogs, and hogs. And for what? Just for basic maintenance. It's not that, you want to have or by this you're going to have. No. Even just for your basic maintenance, you have to work so hard. And this is the plan of the demons. And as long as we have, as long as we become slaves of this, like we accept it that yes, this is the way to live, there is no hope, there is no option, that means we've accepted them as our masters. We have accepted these demons as our masters. At least in your heart you should keep hope. If you have already decided that yes, it's not possible, this is Kali Yuga, I won't be able to do it, then where is hope? I mean, it will never happen because you've already given up. You've raised your arms. You said, no, it's not possible. But if it's not possible, why Srila Prabhupada is again and again speaking in the purports? Why is he speaking? Is he not practical? He preached in Kali Yuga. He didn't preach in Satya Yuga or Dwapar Yuga. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came in Kali Yuga. And Prabhupada did it. When he came, he actually did. But then what is required? Then they'll say, oh, this is Prabhupada. He's not an ordinary person. For him, it's possible. It's not possible for us. But he gave us a practical program. He gave us everything. And he was able to inspire, by his bhakti, he was able to inspire people who were born into that system, raised with that system. They were probably the lowest in society. He made them topmost people. And he gave the way, the method. The problem today is we are not able to follow. We are not able to follow what he has given us. So it's not impossible. But it's not one person's job either. It's not one person's job. We need the leaders to first of all believe in this. And there are leaders who are doing it. Otherwise, why, from where you have all these farm communities? In India, there are several farm communities. They are endeavoring, they're working. So it's not like it's impossible. But it's not easy. What is easy in this world? Is it easy? The lifestyle that people are living there, working all day, running here. Why there? Here also. You go in Bombay, Calcutta, all day from morning. They spend 2 hours commuting in trains, packed up, no place to sit also. And this is their lifestyle. For decades, they're working like this. Decades. They get up, you were in Calcutta, Early in the morning, they get up to go and catch the local and then stand there. If you can get a spot, you're lucky. And then you travel for hours. Well, those who are not exactly in Calcutta, other nearby areas. And finally, with all that rush and everything, you go to your workplace. All day you're there working. And by the time you go home, it's 8 o'clock or something, eat and sleep. And this is their lifestyle. Who is arranging this lifestyle? Is this Krishna's lifestyle he's given? This is Kali Yuga, okay. But as long as we have this slaves mentality, the masters will rule us. That's also history. When did we get freedom? When you actually rebelled against it. You said, no, I don't want this. I'm a human being. Why am I being treated like an animal? As long as you have this slaves mentality, it will go on. Nicely, they will rule you and me and the whole world. The few people who believe in Krishna's words and, they fight and it's not easy. It's not easy. As I said, they're persecuted. These devotees are persecuted but they do it anyway, nevertheless. Prahlad Maharaj, All he had to say to his father was, yes, you are the supreme. He could have even been, just, through lips, he would have said, and in his heart he could have practiced his Krishna consciousness. Father would have been very happy. Prahlad Maharaj perfected Smaranam. He was meditating on the Lord. So that Smaranam was going on anyway. He didn't have to tell his father. Why he told his father? No, my father, not my father. You're the greatest of the demons. You should give up. This family life is like a deep dark well. Go to Madhuvan. Go to Vrindavan. The father was angry. You have not controlled your senses. And then he was persecuted like anything. But still he spoke up. And when he was put into such difficulty, that's when the Lord appeared. That's when the Lord appears. When his devotees are put into difficulty. Why? Because the devotees, believing in the words of the Lord, they speak up. They speak up. They don't just accept, okay, this is my destiny. I have to just live this lifestyle. That's majority of the people. And devotees feel sorry for them. How they are being put in this condition. So they fight. So for devotees, Krishna comes. For devotees, Krishna comes. So anyway, for now, at least for now, practice your Krishna consciousness, but don't lose hope. Don't just settle with the thought that it's not possible, it's not going to happen. You may not be able to do it, but someone else will try. Someone else will try. And it's not easy. Absolutely, it's not easy. It's like Prabhupada says, when you take to Krishna consciousness, it's like a war. You're declaring a war against Maya. Maya, the most powerful Maya. So is it going to be easy? Fighting a war with Maya? No, it's not going to be easy. So our strength is we have to hold on tightly to the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada. He is our commander in chief. He is leading the army with all his associates, our spiritual masters. Hold on in your heart. Call out. It's not by my strength that I am fighting. I'm like the person on that bicycle holding on to the truck and then going at the speed of the truck. The moment I leave my hand, I'm nowhere. So our only power is we have to hold on and be faithful. Be faithful to what he's saying and do the best you can. Like that spider, right? Whatever little bit you're able to do, you do. But be faithful. Be faithful to what he's saying. Don't settle with, oh no, it's not possible. Don't let the, the demons' instructions guide your life. It's not impossible. If it is impossible, why Srila Prabhupada is in every purport he's saying. The purpose of this, yes, simple living, simplify your life. Yes, that's how we have to start. But if someone else is doing, if I'm not able to do, someone else is doing, assist them in whatever way you can. Donate them if there is some project, farm project where they're trying to live simple life. Okay, help them in that way. Or maybe you go and put some, 1 hour, once a week or sometime if somebody is doing, assist them. Or someone has their cows or something, buy milk from them. Somebody is growing their vegetables, buy your vegetables from them instead of buying from these, giants. Like that. Whatever we can to support in any way, understanding that this is the way, this is Krishna's way. What's going on, this is the demon's way. That's the point. So that's what Srila Prabhupada is saying in this purport. Demons are very much interested in advancing a plan by which people will labor hard, but Krishna's devotees want to teach Krishna consciousness so that people will be satisfied with plain living and Krishna conscious advancement. This Bhagavatam Srila Prabhupada translated in Kali Yuga. He didn't do it in Satya Yuga. Just remember that. He could have very easily said, of course, this is not possible in Kali Yuga, and just left it there. And these verses, this is not even said in the translation. This is Srila Prabhupada's purports, where he is giving his own explanations. His own explanations means Acharya's commentaries and his instructions too. So his commentary, this is his commentary. Why Srila Prabhupada is saying this? That devotees, they teach Krishna consciousness so that people will be satisfied with plain living and Krishna conscious advancement. Right? Although demons have created many plans for industry and hard labor so that people will work day and night like animals, this is not the purpose of civilization. Such endeavors are jagato hitaha, that is, they are meant for the misfortune of people in general. How much more clear can someone be, right? This civilization, this is not the purpose of civilization, whatever is happening. And these endeavors are meant for the misfortune of the people in general. You see, I mean, this can be discussed a lot, but we won't go into details. But when you eat their grains by that work, you are also being part of that karma. You are accepting that karma. Kshayaya, such activities lead to annihilation. One who understands the purpose of Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, should seriously understand the importance of the Krishna consciousness movement and seriously take part in it. One should not endeavor for Ugra Karma. See, why Srila Prabhupada is saying this? He could have said, well, in Kali Yuga, there's no other possibility than Ugra Karma. All our food in these big stores comes in trucks. The truck driving is Ugra Karma. Wholesale, like agriculture, mass agriculture with tractors and so on and so forth, that is Ugra Karma. One should not endeavor for Ugra Karma or unnecessary work for sense gratification. Talk about it. Sense gratification. That is what is guiding all our activities. Nunam pramatta kurite vikarma yadindriya pritaya aprinoti. Pramatta means mad. One is doing vikarma out of madness for what? Indriya priti, to satisfy his senses. He's working like a mad person. He's doing vikarma for sense gratification. Srimad Bhagavatam 554. Simply for sense gratification, people make plans for material happiness. Maya sukhaya. Maya sukhaya. Haram udvahato vimudhan. Vimudha means particularly mudha, rascal. They do this because they are all vimudhas, rascals. For flickering happiness, people waste their human energy, not understanding the importance of Krishna consciousness movement, but instead accusing the simple devotees of brainwashing. This is another thing. At least don't do this part. Okay, you're not able to do, you are in a difficult situation. Okay, please don't think that I'm talking to Aditi Lata Mataji. I'm just talking, I'm just talking about those who actually do this. Unfortunately, even amongst devotees, oh, this is big philosophy you're talking. This is, so this point, instead of accusing the simple devotees of brainwashing, all we are doing here is we believe what Srila Prabhupada is saying and we repeat the same thing and we believe in it and we repeat it. We have faith in his words. That's all. For that, we get accused that we are not practical. So Srila Prabhupada is saying, for flickering happiness, people waste their human energy, not understanding the importance of Krishna consciousness movement, but instead accusing the simple devotees of brainwashing. Demons may falsely accuse the preachers of the Krishna consciousness movement, but Krishna will arrange a fight between the demons, in which all their military power will be engaged and both parties of demons will be annihilated. Of course, it's not so big. This is as far as, sometimes devotees saying that it's not here that what is said in the purport. I don't mean to say that now Krishna will arrange for these people to fight each other and finish each other. No. There we are talking about the demons. But I'm saying sometimes because it's not possible for one person in the present situation, sometimes even the person is a devotee, they kind of argue with other devotees that no, this is not practical, it's not going to happen and all that. And not just argue, they can even accuse, right? Or even curse. So, yeah, like things happened in Russia. Yeah, always. At the time of Prabhupada also, right? They were actually arrested. Devotees were arrested, and they were, being brainwashed, giving electric shocks, treatments to make them to give up Krishna consciousness. So many things they were doing. So this is demoniac to do that, right? This is demoniac. We give freedom to people to have, same-sex marriages and live in relationships, no problem. And whatever else they want to do, someone wants to become a dog, you give freedom, you should give them that freedom. Don't want to give them freedom to choose what they want to do as far as Krishna consciousness or simple living? Why? We are human beings. So if you can give freedom for that, why not freedom for this? If we choose to practice Krishna consciousness, we should allow. But the demons won't. Because the demons are asuras tad viparyaya. Vishnu bhakta bhaved daiva asuras tad viparyaya. So asuras are against Vishnu bhakti. As soon as you bring up Vishnu bhakti, no, that cannot be done. You do anything else, I don't mind. You can have illicit sex, you can take intoxication. This is how parents also say. When somebody wants to become a brahmachari in the temple, they say, I will not object to whatever you want to do. Do whatever, but don't join the Hare Krishna movement. Like that. But of course, by the association of the same child who becomes a devotee, later on, the parents who were demoniac at one point, they also take to Krishna consciousness. That's their great good fortune.
They
We will
get
stop
scared.
here.
They get scared of the unknown, Mataji. That's the problem. Because they think that their kids will suffer in poverty and.
Yeah, but what do you mean their kids? Where were their kids before they were born? This
I
is
mean,
called
of
this is
course,
called knowledge. Ignorance. It's out of ignorance only. This family affection, just today I was attending Bhagavatam class in the temple, and the shloka is Canto 3, Chapter 5, Text 11. That verse says that by hearing Krishna Katha, as soon as this Krishna Katha enters your ears, it actually loosens or it removes that family affection from your heart. And in the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, this family affection is illusory. So the speaker was saying, illusory, what do you mean by illusory? What is illusion? Illusion means, is it like something which is not there but you think it is there? Is that illusion? No. Illusion means family is not illusion. Family is also Krishna's creation only. But to think that this is my family, this is my child, this is my husband, my wife, my house, that my claiming it as mine, that is illusion. So the only solution for that illusion, to overcome that illusion, is let this Srimad Bhagavatam, let this Krishna Katha enter your ear holes. I mean, Bhagavatam really speaks. Just let it enter your ear holes, regardless of whether your mind is accepting it or not. Just by that sound vibration, that Krishna Katha entering your ear holes, it will actually loosen that family affection, which is illusion. Family affection means not that loving them or something. Claiming that this is mine, that is illusion. It is actually Krishna's. Everyone is Krishna's part and parcel. And I claim that no, this is my child. To understand. But of course, they will not understand. They will not understand because they need to be, again, that sound vibration has to go into their ears for some time, and then that family affection will be loosened and they'll be able to understand eventually. And they do. Most parents, actually, they do. Sometimes it takes 10 years or more, but they do actually. Or sometimes even towards the end of their life, they realize, because their children have become devotees. But yeah, that is ignorance. That is ignorance. Out of ignorance, yeah, they may have good intentions, but still, with all good intentions, when you act in ignorance, you're not helping the other person in any way. You're not helping the other person. When someone is in has some very terrible disease, and with all good intention, you give them a wrong medicine. If you're standing there, will you stop that person or not? Or the person is using a needle which was already used, right? With all good intention, he wants to give that injection, but that needle which was used for some other contagious disease person, if you use it, can kill this person. So standing there, will you say, oh, this person has good intention, he wants to help this person, he's giving, even though he's doing a mistake, he has good intention. With his good intention, he will kill that person. You must go and tell them, no, you cannot use this is wrong. They may not appreciate it immediately, but over a period of time, they will appreciate it. If you had not stopped me then, I don't know what would have happened. But the devotees have to do this thankless task. On the spot, at that time, you have to speak up. And when you speak up, you won't be appreciated. You won't be appreciated. People are not going to garland you and say, wow, wow, very good. They will hate you at that time, sometimes. But you have to do it anyway. Anyway, it's time, way beyond time. We will stop here. I tried I tried doing the translation and purport together and speaking, and from my experience, I only talk longer this way. So you want me to continue this way or go back to the old way?
No, Mataji. But then you did not repeat anything. So
So this was good.
Yeah, because you actually did several points, which is good.
Okay,
You don't
great.
need to repeat yourself. That was my point. I mean, it's
Yes.
your choice how you want to do it.
No, I'll do this. But I was thinking the idea was to save time, but I
Because
don't
this
think
is a heavy. This was a heavy purport, a heavy philosophy.
subject. Yes, Mataji. Yeah. My children also said, do it like that only, with purport, translation and purport, let them read and then you talk, they said. So I decided, you also said yesterday, I thought, let's do like this today. And then now I'm looking at the time and I'm thinking, but it's okay. If you don't mind, I'll do.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. All of you have a wonderful day in Krishna consciousness. Thank you for your association. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.